Today on Rappler. Millions of Filipinos are still recovering from Typhoon Tino and Super Typhoon Uwan as COP30 kicks off in Brazil. Ombudsman Boying Remulla says the ICC has issued an arrest warrant against Senator Bato de la Rosa. The Sandiganbayan bars Pharmally executive Mohit Dargani from leaving the country. Denmark will ban social media use for children under 15. And Kendrick Lamar leads the 2026 Grammy contenders with 9 nominations. As the 30th Conference of the Parties or COP30 starts in Brazil, millions of Filipinos are still reeling from loss of lives and devastation left by Typhoon Tino and Super Typhoon Uwan. As of Monday, November 10, the national government reports at least 165 dead in the aftermath of Tino and at least 2 killed due to Uwan. More than 3 million people have been affected by Tino, while 1.3 million Filipinos evacuated in preparation for Uwan. At COP30, world leaders will discuss new climate goals, just energy transitions, and funding for vulnerable nations like the Philippines. The summit starts Monday and is expected to run until November 21. Aksyon Klima Pilipinas says the Philippines finds itself once again being reminded of both the reality of the climate crisis and the consequences of corruption. The Civil Society Coordination Network is in Brazil as one of the country's representatives to COP30. Ombudsman Boying Remulla says the International Criminal Court has already issued a warrant of arrest against Senator Bato de la Rosa over his involvement in the war on drugs. De la Rosa is a former national police chief of the Duterte administration. Remulla confirmed this to Rappler on Saturday, November 8. He said another official had relayed to him the information regarding the warrant. The Department of Justice says it is still verifying the information. Meantime, ICC Assistant Counsel for the Victims, Cristina Conti, says they could not confirm anything the court had not publicly shared. Conti adds, quote, "But we maintain that a warrant against Bato de la Rosa as Duterte's co-perpetrator of crimes against humanity is certain from what victims know and what the prosecution has presented." Senate President Tito Soto says the chamber won't allow arrests to be made within the Senate premises. The Sandiganbayan bars Pharmally executive Mohit Dargani from leaving the Philippines as he faces a graft case in the country. Dargani served as Pharmally's treasurer and secretary. The Anti-Graft Court's 5th Division denied Dargani's request to travel to Spain, Germany, and Thailand from November 16 to 28. He planned to go to Spain for a routine checkup and to Germany to attend a medical trade fair. The Sandiganbayan notes there is no indication that Dargani's medical condition could not be treated by doctors in the Philippines. The court also upholds the prosecution's argument that Dargani has previously admitted holding both Philippine and Spanish citizenships, a fact he did not disclose in his travel request. Dargani is facing 1 count of graft linked to 4.1 billion pesos in anomalous transactions involving the Department of Budget and Management's procurement service during the COVID-19 pandemic. Dargani and his sister Twinkle were also caught trying to flee the country in 2021 through a foiled flight from Davao City to Malaysia. Denmark will ban the use of social media for children under the age of 15. However, parents will be allowed to give permission to youngsters down to the age of 13 to access certain platforms. The platforms most used by children in Denmark include Snapchat, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. The move follows Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen's call in her opening speech last month for social media restrictions for children due to concerns over youth mental health. Digitalization Minister Caroline Stage Olsen also says, quote, "The so-called social media thrive on stealing our children's time, childhood, and well-being, and we are putting a stop to that now." A majority of parties in Parliament expressed support for the plan ahead of the formal vote. Rapper Kendrick Lamar tops the 2026 Grammy contenders for the 2nd straight year with 9 nominations. He outpaces the 7 nominations for pop superstar Lady Gaga. Lamar's GNX and Gaga's Mayhem will compete for Album of the Year. Others nominated in the album field include Bad Bunny for the Spanish language Debí Tirar Más Fotos, Justin Bieber for Swag, and Sabrina Carpenter for Man's Best Friend. Bad Bunny received 6 nominations including for Record, Song, and Album of the Year. Meantime, K-pop songs Golden from the soundtrack of K-pop Demon Hunters In Bato by Rosa and Bruno Mars are nominated for Song of the Year. In the Best New Artist category, Olivia Dean and Katsai will compete with Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and others. And that's today's wrap. I'm JC Gotinga. Thank you for watching. Click the link below for the full story. For more updates, download the wRap.